Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played. Wolves guys at Old Trafford at home guys. And yes guys, it was a nice and easy game. It was a must win for Manchester United. We had to win this game. It was a vital win for Manchester United. It was a 2-0 win, a nice and comfortable professional performance by the players. A much needed win that we needed as well to boost our top four hopes as well. Wolves were toothless and United were brilliant, I thought. But anyway guys, let's get into today's video guys. We made 3 changes from last game against West Ham. Talking about the start 11, so we start with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Fernandes, Antony, Sancho and Martial. Get into the overall reaction now. Yes, get in. Man United beat toothless Wolves to close on Champions League spot. Martial and Garnacho move Man United closer to top 4. Man United have done the double on Wolves. What a massive win, massive 3 points. What a win, what a result, a well-deserved win. A win is a win. We should have scored more goals. We had the chances, but just not clinical. Job done. It was a good start for United. A lot of possession. We're on the front foot. Front 2 for Wolves. We'll drop back deep. Antony had a big chance. We were giving the ball away too easily. Sloppy passing. Wolves will be encouraged by how the game has gone, which was the first 20 odd minutes. Both teams haven't really tested the goalkeeper. United need to be patient. Cagey 20 odd minutes. United dropped off a bit and allowed Wolves to attack us. United controlled the game. Antony had another big chance. United started to keep up the pace. United were winning the ball high up the pitch. Good pressing by United. Martial scores for 1-0 to take the lead. Wolves had more possession. United have not been troubled. Decision making could have been better. Wolves trying to find an equaliser. Wolves trying to end the half strong. Not bad first half. Wolves had made a tactical change. Wolves haven't got the grips with the change of system. It was a bit more competitive end to end. The Wolves look a bit more dangerous. Wolves pushing for an equaliser. Wolves are sloppy giving possession away. United have done well on the counter to win the ball back from deep. Antony, big chance. Again, Antony being too greedy, not passing it to Eriksen. United have struggled to match Wolves in the second half. Ten Hag made a change in personnel. Big chance for Sancho. Wolves doing everything to get back into the game. United's defence got a bit nervous. Again, United were not troubled. Just lacking that cutting edge. United pressing high up the pitch. United putting the pressure on. United searching for a second. Again, another big chance for Antony. United have made runs in from behind, got in between the lines. United still can't find avenue towards goal. United just not clinical, but their goalkeeper kept them in the game. Wolves have left their defence completely exposed. Wolves made a mistake and United capitalised. United win the ball back, got Wolves on the counter and Garnacho scores for 2-0. United were comfortable. Game management and decision making was vital. Some fantastic individual performances. Let's take it one game at a time. Let's keep up the momentum going. Let's not get carried away. First half was decent, second half was good. Overall, fantastic performance. Win done, 3 points done, and clean sheet done. Anyway, guys, what did I make of the performance? I thought the performance overall as a whole, I thought it was a great performance, or you could say a fantastic performance by Manchester United, but I also thought it was a professional performance by Manchester United. I think coming back off 2 losses, 2 defeats, we had to respond in this game and we had to get back to winning ways. And I thought Ten Hag got that in this game as well. I thought it was a professional performance by Manchester United. The way how it defended was fantastic as well. I thought, having Varane back was vital in that back 4, which made United more comfortable at the back there. But not only just comfortable in the game, but also comfortable defensively as well. So I thought performance-wise, I thought we were fantastic. I thought going forwards, I think we could have been a lot more clinical. I thought their goalkeeper was their man of the match. He kept them in the game, so it was annoying because of, we had these chances, and again, it's not like we're struggling for creativity, because we're not. It's just putting these goals away. We just can't put these goals away, and this would have, numerous times this season where we've always said, we should have scored more goals, and these goals have just not going in the back of the net because we're not clinical enough. And I think if we have a proper number 9 that can score goals, that could change next season for sure. But let's worry about finishing this season on a high, and let's finish this season with another 3 wins as well. So we need to keep that momentum going. We don't want to get too carried away after one great result against Wolves. We have to take it one game at a time now, and we've got another big game on the weekend again. But yeah, no, First half was decent, second half was good, and overall thought it was a fantastic performance, but professional performance by Manchester United. But for getting into the game now, I thought the first half had sort of kicked off. I thought it was a good start by Manchester United. We're on the front foot. I thought I don't think we created chances. I think it sort of took us time to get into the game, took us time to get into our rhythm as well in the game. I think it took us a bit of time to get our momentum in the game as well. But I thought we had a lot of possession on the front foot. We didn't really create, like I just said then, we didn't create many chances. You know, we didn't really test their goalkeeper early doors, which it would have been nice to if we did. But then I thought, I thought United were, dictated the play. We controlled the game very well. I think we dominated it in the first half, but we could have been better though in the first half, to be honest, though, as well. I think there were some parts that were good, and definitely some parts that we could have been improved on for sure. But I think in the first half, you know, I thought in the first 20 minutes we were okay. Got on the front foot, had a lot of possession, controlled it. It was a cagey first 20 minutes as well. We could have created a couple of chances, but there was nothing in it from both teams. I thought Wolves, I thought United sort of dropped off a little bit as well, and then that allowed Wolves to go back on the attack and attack United. But I thought Wolves were not that, they were not, they were toothless themselves. They were not great. And obviously, they played two up front, but which allowed them to come back deep as well, to drop back deep. But I thought, when United got onto it and got hold of the game, I thought Antony had a big chance. But as typically as always, we were giving the ball away too easily, and it was sloppy as well. But the way how the game had gone in the first sort of 20 odd minutes, Wolves would have been encouraged the way how the game had gone. Both, like I said before, I'm not going to repeat it anyway, but I think in a game like this, though, United had to stay in the game as long as they could and be patient, because the goals were going to come as well. And then obviously, again, when the chances came, Antony had another big chance as well. I thought Antony had a fantastic game though as well in this one. It's a shame that he didn't score, but I think it was just one of these games where, when you look back to that West Ham game, where we were sort of needed to pick up the pace and needed to pick up the energy and the tempo and the intensity about ourselves. I think that's how the game had gone in the first half for Manchester United. I just think we had to pick up the intensity, the tempo, the energy about ourselves, lift up the intent as well, play with more urgency, play with more be more fluid in attack as well, which we were. And we picked up the pace, we were winning the ball high up the pitch. It was good pressing from Manchester United as well. And then Martial scores a great goal for 1-0, a nice tap-in as well. But I thought Wolves had sort of more possession, but United were not really troubled whatsoever. I thought the decision-making in times could have been a lot more better. I think there was times where in the game where we could have, maybe gone out wide to the right or gone out wide to the left, or maybe, we could have been a bit better in their box as well. So I think decision making could have been a lot more better in this game. But I thought when we had the chances, we could have definitely, sealed it maybe in the first half. But I thought then Wolves were trying to find an equaliser late in the first half, and they tried to end the half strong as well. And I thought Wolves were sort of maybe could have been a little bit pleased the way how they ended the half a little bit, but United still managed to control the end of that first half. But then I thought in the second half, I thought United sort of started off a little bit slow. I thought Wolves had made a tactical change, and this tactical change of Wolves was, I think, Connor was more central into more of a creative role, which put Diego Costa up top, I think, and one of the other guys had gone into a different position, so they had to change his system as well. Wolves sort of struggled to get to grips with that new sort of system in the second half as well. But I thought it was a little bit more competitive though in the second half. We saw a bit more end-to-end action. Wolves a bit more dangerous. You know, they were pushing for an equaliser, but Wolves were given possession away too easily as well. But United had done well on the counter to win the ball back from deep. I think the tactics in the second half I wasn't a fan of though as well. I think those tactics again, you know, having a slow start yet again when we should have been having a quick start, aggressive on the front foot, and seal the game off with a quick goal in the second half to make it 2-0. But we have to always make it hard for ourselves though in the second half. But Antony had a big chance. Again, Antony was being too greedy. So when eventually United sort of got hold of the ball, we started to have these chances yet again. You know, Antony could have passed the ball to Eriksen. It could have been easy for 2-0. But I thought United did sort of struggle to match Wolves though in the second half with their change of system when they got used to it. But then Ten Hag took off Martial for Weghorst. And then Sancho had a big chance as well to make it 2-0. But then Wolves were doing everything to get back into the game. And what I mean by that, they just tried absolutely everything. They tried to bring on Traore, whoever was on the bench that could come on and change the game for them. But I think for Wolves, as a Wolves perspective, I think they started the wrong team selection. And then United defensively got a little bit nervous when they sort of nearly got us, but you know, we were not troubled. I thought the game management and the decision making was fantastic. And you know, we were just lacking that a little bit, that cutting edge. And you know, but then that's where, you know, again, when we sort of got that possession again, we were pressing them high up the pitch again. We were putting the pressure on a little bit more. United was searching for a second. Another big chance for Antony as well. You know, United were making the runs in from behind, getting in between the lines. You know, we just couldn't find that avenue towards goal as well. And then eventually, you know, but we were just having these chances, but the goalkeeper was just keeping them in the game. Wolves left their defence completely exposed. They made a bit of a slight mistake. United capitalised, and United won the ball back, got on the counter, and Garnacho scored for 2-0. United were comfortable then, and it was all about how to see out that game. And I thought there were some fantastic individual performances, but now we just got to. We need to secure 2 more wins now, and that's it. 6 points, and that's it. And I thought there were some fantastic individual performances. Game management, decision making was vital, and let's take it one game at a time. And but all in all, win, 3 points, and a clean sheet. Overall, it was a vital win for United in the end. We could have been clinical if we would have took our chances, but it's typical. We made it hard work for ourselves towards the end. Thanks to Garnacho, more importantly, we got the win, the 3 points, and a clean sheet. Yeah, I think we definitely could have been better in the second half for sure. I thought the tactics in the second half were not so great. You saw that maybe dropped the sort of the standards and the levels in the second half. We did have a slow start though in the second half. When United sort of have a slow start, the opposition are going to take control, which Wolves did in the second half as well. I think it was United sort of struggled to match their change of system as well, which was our own doing. But again, I don't think the tactics were sort of right, the sort of the stage of the game. But again, holding on to this 1-0 lead when you want to see the game out as early as you can. Could have done it better though in the second half. We could have been more on the front foot, more aggressive. Could have took the energy to them a little bit more because we had a full week to prepare for this, so there's no excuses as well. Definitely could have been a bit more better though in the second half. We could have made it a lot more easier for ourselves in the second half. But at the end of the day, I think in these sort of games at home, we had to win this game. Got back to winning ways. We needed to see a response from the players, and it was a big win for Manchester United. Got the 3 points, and also a nice clean sheet to go to David's record yet again. I thought we were fantastic. Only what we deserved. At the end of the day, United were the better team. We deserved to win. Wolves were toothless. Fantastic in the end. Garnacho has been out for a couple of months due to injury. Nice to get him back on the score sheet, but how important is it in these last few games to have him back available as well? I think Garnacho has been a big part of Erik ten Hag's plans this season. I thought Garnacho's had a blinder of a season. Owed a new contract as well with Manchester United as well, which keeps him at the club till 2028. A fantastic young prospect that we've got at Manchester United, a young player that you can trust in as well, that you can put in full faith in as well. So Garnacho's a fantastic player. It was nice to get him back on the score sheet yet again. Qualities that he can brings a lot of quality in front of goal. You could see the movement that he brings as well. A skillful Wenger as well, who's a lot more confident, gets his head down. There's an impact coming off the bench though as well, and he changed the game for United, and he's a lot more direct and changed the game for United. This is what he's going to bring for us till the end of the season. I think we just need to keep this going now. I think Garnacho knows he's just got to work hard, keep improving. Definitely he'll get more goals to his name. Young's prospect had a fantastic breakout season for Manchester United. He just needs to get his head down, keep working hard. Definitely he'll earn his right into the starting 11 hopefully towards the end of the season, but keep your head down, score more goals. Definitely we've got a fantastic plan in our hands, the future yet to come as well. It's just a maximum of 6 points needed now, I guess, just taking it one game at a time. Is that all we can worry about the next game? I think we just got to look forward to the next game now. Let's not get too carried away after one great victory against Wolves. We've got to take it one game at a time. Look forward to the next game against Bournemouth now, which is another big game. It's a must win. We have to get the 3 points. Put that pressure onto Newcastle. One of these teams are going to slip up eventually. Newcastle have definitely got it difficult. I've got it difficulter than Manchester United. For United to get top 4, we're just going to have to win out all of our games at the end of the season. We only need 6 more points. One game at a time. We just got to look forward to the next game against Bournemouth. Bring the energy, bring the intensity, bring the tempo, bring the intent about ourselves, bring the courage about ourselves. We know what we've got to do here against Bournemouth. Another big game on the weekend. Looking forward to it. Who's my man of the match? I thought there were some fantastic players who had a fantastic game in this game for sure. I thought De Gea had pretty much nothing to do in this game. I thought Wan-Bissaka had a good game. I thought Varane had a fantastic game. Lindelof had a good game as well. Luke Shaw was good as well. I thought Casemiro had a good game as well. Eriksen had a good game. I thought Fernandes had a great game as well. I thought Antony had a great game as well. I think probably the best game I've seen Antony play this season for sure. I thought Sancho was good. Could have been a little bit better though. Well, and I thought Martial was okay as well. Obviously got a goal. For me, I think it's 2 players. I thought Varane was fantastic, and I thought Fernandes was brilliant as well. Obviously both goals were created by him as well. It has to be them two deserve my man of the match, Varane and also Bruno Fernandes. How do we beat Bournemouth now? Obviously we've got Bournemouth in our next fixture. Obviously this is going to be again another must win for Manchester United. It's going to be vital to win this game. We have to get the 3 points against Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth, we know that they're pretty much now safe for next season. I thought Bournemouth have done a brilliant job to start for next season. I thought Gary O'Neill's done a fantastic job at Bournemouth. It looked like they were down and out after the Liverpool 9-0 battering, but you know they've come back. They've come back. They've had to work really hard, and they've had to dig themselves out of it. So Bournemouth, I thought they've had a good season back to the Premier League. I think no one would have expected them to stay up, but credit to Gary O'Neill. He's done a brilliant job, fantastic job to keep them up. So I think Bournemouth, we know what's going to be at stake here. This is Bournemouth's last game at home of the season, so Bournemouth are going to give this everything. You know, they've got a 4 week to prepare for this as well, so this is obviously their opportunity to finish it on a high as well. They want to go out with a win. They want to get the 3 points in front of their own fans. So I think Bournemouth are going to bring the energy as well. They're going to bring the intensity and the tempo as well. But Bournemouth, I think they're a great team. Got some good players. Got some quality on the pitch as well. Got a brilliant manager there as well. But I think Bournemouth are just going to set, I think in a game like this though, for Bournemouth, when they know that they're comfortable and going to be in for next season, I do think they're just going to play here with a low block, and I just do think they are going to play for pride and a little bit of passion here as well. So I think Bournemouth will want to win, will want to finish on a high. They'll want to get a win, repay the fans as well. Obviously they've lost the last 2 games as well, so they'll want to try and get back to winning ways. They'll want to see a response. So I think that's what United have got to be aware of on the weekend as well against Bournemouth. But Bournemouth, I think they've had a good season. They're up for next season as well, so they've got nothing to play for now. But they are going to try cause an upset, so we're going to have to be ready for that as well. And I think in games like this against Bournemouth, you have to be ready for these sort of games as well. Because, you know, teams like Bournemouth, they have pulled off the upset before where they beat Liverpool 1-0 and, you know, got a brilliant result against Leeds as well. So I think, you know, United have to stay concentrated and focused here against a good side in Bournemouth. Have to stay switching at all times in a game like Bournemouth as well. So in a game like this against Bournemouth, we have to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality. We know that we've got to win this game as well. We can't afford to drop points. We've got to win this game without a doubt. and we've got to keep going. We've got to keep chipping away. We need to put the pressure on to Newcastle, and hopefully maybe Liverpool slip up in their next game. So I think it's just all about whoever slips up will definitely throw away top four, and we can't afford to do that now. So we have to stay concentrated and focused on our job that's in front of us in our next game against Bournemouth. So we've got to get a win here. We've got to get the 3 points. It'll be nice to get a clean sheet as well away from home. So yeah, we've got to bring the intensity, bring the energy about us, and get on the front foot, be aggressive, and we'll definitely, I think in a game like this, though, against Bournemouth, the quality will show on the day, and when the quality shows, you'll definitely put this team away against Bournemouth. But Bournemouth, they're inconsistent. They'll like to cause an upset. You know, they're defensively vulnerable. They've had a rough season though, but they're pretty much now safe. They're struggling to score goals, 3 in the last 5 games. You know, but they've got a lot of fighting spirit though as well. They'll look to stay in the game as long as they can. They'll be patient. They'll play with the low block. They'll be there for the taking though as well. They'll look to counter-attack us, defensively frustrate us, keep it tight and compact, be organised. They'll be brave, take risk, and they'll like to come forward. They'll go on the front foot. They'll try to be aggressive, bring the energy, high intensity, the high tempo. They'll try to be rampant. They'll show incredible team spirit, character, determination and commitment as well. But in a game like this though, United need to just stay concentrated and focused at all times. They've got to go with the right mentality, the right mindset as well. We need to defend properly. We defensively got to be organised. We've got to keep it tight, compact, defensively frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take your chances. We've got to be clinical, get the crosses into the box, drive them out of position, be brave, take risks. Set pieces could come into play as well. We need to play with whip, get between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them back in the game, don't leave any spaces open. They will show incredible team spirit, character and fight. We have to do the basics right as well. Game management and decision making has got to be fine, so we've got to keep it tight as well. Don't let them get a shot off, sustain your attacks, do your basics, win your 50-50s, win your second balls, when you judge, when you 1v1s as well. Got to put them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective, force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Keep them, make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive. Keep Solanke and more quiet. Get into the goals now. First goal, Eriksen passed the ball to Sancho. Sancho passed the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes tries to get there. Kerman gave the ball away to Sancho. Sancho passed the ball to Fernandes. Fernandes runs, puts in a great ball into Antony. Antony squares it to Martial, and Martial scores for 1-0. Second goal, Antony passed the ball to Fernandes. Great through ball by Fernandes to Garnacho. Garnacho runs, drops the shoulder, hits the post and scores for 2-0. Get into the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was 48%, and for Wolves it was 52%. Goals for Man United, it was 2. From Wolves it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 27. For Wolves it was 5. Shots on target for Man United, it was 9. And for Wolves it was 0. Accuracy for Man United, it was 33.3%, and for Wolves it was 0.0%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 13, and for Wolves it was 5. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 14, and for Wolves it was 0. Total passes for Man United, it was 439 passes, and for Wolves it was 469 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 81.8%. For Wolves it was 80.4%. Getting into the substitutions now. Martial went off for Weghorst. Talk about Antony's performance. Should have been played in by Antony early on and stayed parallel. The Brazilian, the tap in for 1-0, but only lasted 68 minutes. Varane went off for Maguire. Talk about Raphael's performance. A typically calming influence on his return from a 4-week absence, and a deserved standing ovation when he came off late on. Eriksen went off for Fred. Talk about Christian's performance. Lethargic and unfortunate to stay on beyond the 70th mark, even with one central midfielder on the bench. Sancho went off for Garnacho. Talk about Jaden's performance. Too subdued again, though he had a role in Martial's goal by linking up with Fernandes. Drew a good save from Dan Bentley. Next up we've got Bournemouth. Bournemouth are 14th in the league. Obviously coming into this game now against Bournemouth, United have got one thing to do, and that is win again. I think it's a must win for Manchester United. We have to get the 3 points yet again. Obviously with Liverpool behind us by 1 point, you can see that Liverpool are having a strong end to the season, so United have to be able to be ready for this game against Bournemouth. We have to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality. We've got to prepare well for a game like this as well. In a game like this though, against Bournemouth, when we're going away from home as well, we have to stay concentrated and focused at all times. Defensively, we have to keep it tight and compact, frustrate them as well. Defensively, we just have to be not only just how we defend as a unit, but we have to defend well as well as a back line. We've got to be ready for a game like this against Bournemouth as well, because Bournemouth, this is going to be their last game at home of the season. They want to end it strong, end it with a win. They want to get the 3 points as well for the fans. United have to ruin that as well. United have got to go to Bournemouth. We have to ruin it. We have to spoil the party at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are pretty much safe now for the season. They know that they're going to stay up for next season. Can't be caught. United need this more than Bournemouth. We need the 3 points more than Bournemouth as well. I know our away form's not been great this season, but this is Bournemouth. I don't think they've had a great season. There's nothing to play for Bournemouth. United need this more than Bournemouth. What United have got to do is we've got to come into this game. We've got to bring the energy, to be aggressive on the front foot. We have to be ruthless, relentless. We've got to sustain our attacks. When we get these chances, we have to take our chances as well. We've got to be clinical in front of goal. We can't have their goalkeeper of having a blinder. We have to take these chances when we can against Bournemouth, because Bournemouth, all they're going to do is they're just going to sit in deep. They're going to look to counter-attack us. They're going to play with a low block. When they have possession, they're going to try to be brave. They're going to take risks as well, and they'll look to come forward as well, and they'll look to try to be dangerous in our box as well. I think this game is going to be won by quality, and I think the quality will be shown against Bournemouth as well. We have to go in the right mentality, the right mindset. This is a must-win. We've got to get the 3 points. It'll be great to get another clean sheet away from home as well against Bournemouth. United need this more than Bournemouth, so we have to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to turn up to a game like this against Bournemouth. 3 points is needed here, a win as well. We've got to be ready for a game like this against Bournemouth. Do not let Bournemouth score this first goal. In games like this, it's always about scoring that first goal. We've got to score that first goal against Bournemouth. When we get that first goal, Bournemouth are going to be sort of thinking, well, what can we do from here? I think we're going to have to try and outclass them. We need to outplay them as well. But you have to put in a good shift in. We need everything out of the players here. Everything needs to click on the day against Bournemouth. We cannot afford to slip up here, because if we slip up, Liverpool win, it's all over for top 4. So we need to pile that pressure on. We need to seal top 4. We're only 2 wins away from that now. Another win from here against Bournemouth would be fantastic. And then it'll be all wrapped up at home, hopefully against Chelsea next week, Thursday. All that's required here is another win, another 3 points against a good side in Bournemouth. Bournemouth will look to end this on a good sign. It's their last game at home of the season. They want to win this. They want to repay the fans because they've lost the last 2, and they'll want to end it strong. They'll want to try and perform well as well. United need to be aggressive, be ruthless, be relentless. I think scoring the first goal will be vital in a game like this. I think with the absence of Travener, I think that's going to hurt a little bit as well. United have just got to be ruthless, relentless, got to be aggressive, got to be rampant. When we get these chances in front of goal, I think it's all about having a quick start in the first half. If we can get the first goal, United should be cruising control, should dominate that game against Bournemouth. The quality should show in front of goal. We've got to put this Bournemouth team away as early as we can, and then we're not battling towards the end of the game. We've got to keep it tight and compact at the back, frustrate them defensively, don't let them back in the game whatsoever. We need to be ready for this game against Bournemouth. We need to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we've got to turn up as well. And we've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes as well. Bournemouth are scoring 1 goal per game, and Bournemouth are conceding 1.9 goals per game. Bournemouth have the second worst defence in the league as well, which should help United as well, because we already know that they're defensively vulnerable coming into this game. We've got to get at them. They'll be there for the taking as well. Bournemouth have to get at this team for sure as well. Bournemouth have won 11, they've drawn 7, and they've lost 19. They've lost to Man City 4-0, Arsenal 3-0, Liverpool 9-0, Southampton 1-0, West Ham 2-0, Tottenham 3-2, Leeds 4-3, Chelsea 2-0, Palace 2-0, Man United 3-0, Brentford 2-0, Brighton 1-0, Man City 4-1, Arsenal 3-2, Villa 3-0, Brighton 2-0, West Ham 4-0, Chelsea 3-1, Palace 2-0. And also it's a chance for Manchester United to also do the double on Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth have lost 8 games at home this season, so that means they've lost about 45% of their games at home this season. The players to look out for is Stevens, Kelly, Mepham, Smith, Stacey, Vinner, Sensei, Cook, Brooks, Lerma. He could be a question mark for this game as well. Christie, Rothwell, Billings, Solanke, Atara, Moore, Semino and Antony. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.